Back to Jay's and JJ's Kitchen. So today we're gonna try to make a quick banana nut bread, or either banana bread, but I add nuts to mine, so we call it banana nut bread. That being said, we're gonna show you our recipe or our ingredients, and we're gonna get this thing done. All right, so to make this simple, I would call it a moist banana bread, or banana nut bread. A few ingredients here. You can see we've got flour. I've got canola oil. You can use whichever kind of oil that you like. We've got eggs, sugar, milk, baking soda. I use two different types of nut, but if you are allergic to nuts, by all means do omit this step, but I use walnuts and pecans, right? And we have our few days old bananas. Yeah, I know they might not look good, but this is what you need when you're trying to make a banana nut bread. Also with our regular sugar, I go half and half regular sugar or dark brown, or you can use either all regular sugar or you can go with all dark brown, and actually it's going to change the color of your banana nut bread, but it's all good. If you watch my banana pudding recipe, I think I kind of covered the 3 stages of bananas. You've got the green, which I have no use for, or you can let them sit and start getting some spots on them. That's when they're, in my opinion, that's when they're good to eat, and that's when they're good for banana pudding. And when they get dark and kind of soft like this is exactly what you need for making banana bread, right? Other than that, I wouldn't eat them like this, but for banana bread, this is what you need for that. That being said, we're gonna start putting this together and show you exactly how we do it. All right then, so we're gonna get this thing put together. So I'm gonna try to keep this straight and try to give you the right ingredients, because I am doubling it because I'm making 2 pans of banana bread, right? But what we have here for a single one, I'll give you the single ingredients. It would be 3, like I said, those soft bananas, right? So we got our bananas in here, they're mixed up. So that would be 3 bananas, and then you want to mix in your oil and your eggs. So that would be, so I've got a cup here, so that would be a half a cup of oil, right? So I'm gonna get that in there. Let's get this out of the way. Good. So that's 3 bananas, a half a cup of oil, and our sugar, which I have ended up with 3 cups, so that would be a cup and a half of sugar. And like I said, I mixed mine, didn't go half and half. I went with a cup of white sugar and 2 cups of the brown sugar, right? So we're gonna get our sugar in there, like so. And we'll get our milk in there. Here I have a half a cup for you, and like I said, if you're making the single version of it, it would be 1/4 cup of milk, right? So let's get our milk in there. All right. Where's my vanilla? Right here. So for the single version of this, it would be 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. Like I say, I'm doing double, so I'm doing 2 teaspoons, right? And that's it for our, we got to put our eggs in there. So I got my eggs here, which would be 2 for the normal recipe, but like I said, I'm doubling mine, so it's more. So I've got 4 eggs. Get our eggs in there. So that's all our wet ingredients are in our little mixing bowl here. So now we're going to try to get this kind of mixed up a little bit. I say this is a simple recipe, not much work involved in it. You don't need to break out a blender or anything like that. It's all mixed by hand, and you put it in the pan. Your pans, and I've got my pans already buttered and floured, and my oven is already set at 325. And once we get this put together, we'll bake it for an hour, about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll check it then, right? So we've got our flour here, which is 1 3/4 cup for a single one. Mine is doubled, so I have 3.5 cups of flour. And for our baking soda, we also need for the single one, it's 1 teaspoon. And like I said, mine is double, so there again, you'll see me put 2 teaspoons of baking soda into, I'm gonna mix it with the flour, the dry ingredient, right? It's 1. Shake that off, we got 2 there. Back up. And just give that a quick mix into the flour right there. That's cool, all right? So now we've got our dry mix ready and our wet mix ready. So now it's just a matter of getting our dry into our wet. I'll keep kind of whisking this as I add it in. Make sure everything gets well incorporated and stirred in together. So now that we've got that mixed in together like that, we're just going to beat it for a couple of minutes here and get it in our pans and get it in the oven. That's all it is to it, folks. I'll once I get it mixed in, I'll add my both my walnut and my pecans in there. Like I say, if you don't want the nuts, omit that. But as far as the amount of nuts that you get in your banana bread, that is strictly up to you. It's I would say anywhere from 1 1/4 to 1.5 cups. That's on the light side, but I like more in mine, so I just kind of go by feel and look on how many I add to it, right? So we're gonna get this mixed in. Like I said, I'm gonna beat this for a couple of minutes here and add my nuts in, and we'll get this in the oven. We'll be right back. And so just like that, in that short period of time, I mean, that's all it takes. Your bread is ready to go into the oven. Like I said, we're gonna leave it in there for about 1 hour and 20 minutes, and we'll check on it and make sure it's done before we pull it out. If it needs to stay longer, it'll stay longer. Just make sure it kind of dries out. You know, you want to stick something in the center and pull it out and make sure nothing sticks to your little toothpick or stick, right? And that's all it is to it, folks. So we're gonna give this 1 hour and 20 minutes and check on it. And when it's ready, I'll pull it out and let you see what it looks like. So okay, guys. So after say about 1 hour and 20 minutes, I checked on it. I said it's my first time baking it in this oven, so I wasn't sure how it actually would respond, right? So actually my cook time was about 1 hour and I would say 53 minutes, but after 1 hour and 53 minutes, there we go. There's homemade banana nut bread. Give it a shot. Tell me what you think about it. Have a good one, guys.